Hi, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be making, it's an Italian dish. It's escarole with beans. It's very easy to make. So we're going to get started, and I have 2 heads of escarole right here. Now it's very important that we wash them very well because they're normally grown in like sand, so you want to make sure you wash them very well. You can soak them, you can wash each individual leaf, however it's however you prefer. Okay, so I like to just cut the ends off. If they're really dirty and sandy, I like to rinse them, actually just each leaf individual, but this isn't that bad. Okay, so we're just cutting the ends off. Really not that bad, but we still want to give it a really good rinse, so we'll do that. So what I like to do is just throw them in the sink. Okay, then I put the strainer in. Just to make sure that they're really nice and clean. When you get into the middle, you just give them a rinse. Middles are usually not that dirty. These are very clean. You just don't want to bite down on a piece of sand. And again, if they're very dirty, just take a big pot of water and soak them, and then the dirt will settle to the bottom. And don't pour it out, just pull the leaves out because the dirt will be at the bottom. This is a dish my mother made all the time. It may be an acquired taste. It's really not that bad. It's not bitter. It's a really nice tasting greens. It's just they're hard, so you have to cook them properly to get them nice and soft. Okay, so we're done washing them. Very simple. Okay, so the escarole is all washed. Now, the beans that I'm going to be using, so the beans that we use for this is cannellini beans. And if you don't know what that is, it's pretty much just a white kidney bean. Okay, so I just need 1 can. I have them here. I washed them. So I'm going to put them aside. That will be the last ingredient that goes in because they're already cooked. They're very delicate. So now the next ingredient, which this recipe is very simple. It's just the escarole, beans, garlic, salt, and some olive oil. All right, so we're going to take some garlic. No, I like a lot of garlic. Totally up to you. I have about 4 very big cloves of garlic. supermarket had beautiful garlic. The cloves are just enormous. Every now and then I hit it lucky and I get beautiful cloves. Okay. And I put the napkin down so we could just easily clean it up and continue on. So now I don't like to slice them a little too thin because they're going to be steaming in the pot and they'll just disintegrate. So I'm going to do thick slices. If you don't want, you can just cut the clove in half, put it in, and remove the clove when it's done cooking if you don't like garlic. But if you like garlic, this is a great recipe. And that's it. These are thick cut. And again, because they're going to get just to the point where they're going to melt right in your mouth. All right, so let's go to the stove and we'll start sauteing them. So now I'm letting the pot warm up. And we're going to add a few tablespoons of olive oil. Okay, and then we're going to throw the garlic that we chopped up in. Okay, and then about half a teaspoon of salt. Okay. So we're going to let this cook just a little bit. We're not looking to make it golden brown. We just want to release some of that flavor. And like I said, this is a very, very simple recipe to make. It's a great side dish, or you could just eat it on your own. Have a nice big bowl with some crunchy Italian bread. Goes great. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our escarole and throw it out. I have my stove at a number 7, so it's a medium-high. Now there's still water in here. You can see it's dripping from when we washed it. So halfway through putting in, I just want to drizzle a little bit more salt. Okay. Now we put the rest in. You can break these leaves in half if you want. I like to leave them whole. And then just another little touch of salt. We don't want it too salty. Alright, so now I want it to steam. So I have a half cup of water. Just going to throw that in. Okay. And we're going to put the lid on it. Let this cook for a few minutes. I'm going to bring it down to a 5. So it's a medium. It will reduce. And we'll come back when it's almost done. Okay, it's been a couple of minutes, so I just want to give it a turn. Carefully try to. It's just that right now just the bottom is hot, so you can get away with touching the top. Okay. So we want to get some of those wilted leaves on top. Okay. We'll wait a few more minutes and then we'll turn it again. Okay, so now you can see it's really wilted now. So we're going to give it another turn. Now of course the leaves wilt very quickly. What we want is for the stems to get nice and tender. Okay, so now we're going to slowly simmer this. I'm going to put it on 4. And we're slowly going to keep checking it. Once the stems get tender, then it's good to go. Okay, so now it's been about 10 minutes. Leaves are nice and tender now. So now's the time we're going to be adding the beans. There's 1 can. Cannellini beans. Or look in the supermarket, it's white kidney beans. And so we're going to just mix that all together. Being gentle with the beans, we don't want to break them up. Alright, so now we're going to put the lid on. And we're going to cook for another 5 minutes. Okay, so the 5 minutes was up on the beans, and now I just took it out of the pot. Put it into a bowl. This is great as a side dish to any meal, or as a meal itself with, say, just a little Italian bread when you dip it in to the broth. I hope you give this recipe a try. Really, really good. Italian escarole and beans. Can't get any better than that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.